On the streets of Kabul, the calls for September's flawed election to be annulled are getting louder. These parliamentary candidates say they were either cheated at the ballot box or have been disqualified by a corrupt election process.
They're chanting death to the election authorities and death to the parliamentary candidates, they say, who cheated, because they believe the very criteria that the Election Complaints Commission used to throw out certain candidates has ended up throwing them out, and they say they're honest candidates.
Dawood Sultanzoy stood in Ghazni province. It's a predominantly Pashtun area, but all the successful candidates were Hazara. His vote was annulled because he won 85% of the ballot, a clear sign that the ballot was rigged, according to the election authorities.
They voted for me because I belong to that tribe. There was no other challenger against me. I was the sole candidate, and because I have majority of the vote of the tribe in that district, they say that these votes are nullified and this election is not acceptable.
Many don't believe the election authorities are independent of the government. Diplomatic sources have told Al Jazeera that political pressure is being put on these bodies to change some election results.
The reason the final results are not yet announced is because there are heavy pressures coming from President Karzai, because President Karzai is not satisfied with the result, because Pashtuns in general, they have lost seats.
And that pressure increased when the Attorney General's office announced it was to investigate claims of vote rigging by election officials.
It is not the place of the Attorney General to interfere in the electoral process. We have written to him already, privately, confidentially. I will not disclose what we wrote, but I do not believe that it is proper for senior government servants to communicate with the IEC or the ECC by way of the media. That is politicking. That's not doing your job.
The election complaints body has now announced more than 400 candidates, including 61 sitting MPs, could face criminal charges for electoral corruption. None of this helps to instill confidence in the next parliament for the Afghan people. Sue Turton, Al Jazeera, Kabul.